Welcome back to Japan, where for the penultimate time, at least in this place, we are live. I was trying to get something on Google on my phone, and it appears that Google has died. So I'm glad that YouTube is still alive. But anyway, here I am. We don't have the big free camera shoot today, as I've started packing things away. But I have noticed that I can be really creepy. If you say something that I think is weird, I can go, what? So at least I have the ability to do that. So I hope everyone is okay. Let me get the streaming software out the way so I can see what everyone's saying. Howdy again. Hey Sven, and evening to you, Bubs. 4 likes already. That's really nice to see. I'm glad that you're all popping in. Hi to Martin as well. So today we don't have Choose My Beer for a very specific reason, people. It's big sad news time. This is an important beer. This is an important beer because this beer, I don't know why this one, I think because it's cheap. This is the last beer. I can't afford to drink on the streams anymore. As fun as it is, as much as it is part of the character, with everything that's happening, I can't afford to. Drinking is an extravagance that I can no longer afford. So I don't know, if I'm lucky, I might be able to get a couple for the final stream. But I don't know. I think it seems kind of unlikely. So this is the last beer, and I'm going to share it with you guys. And by share it, I mean you're going to watch me drink it. So yay for you. So I realised now, I just washed this. I really thoroughly washed this glass, and it still looks dirty. I think that this glass can never look clean. I've been paranoid about this, always thinking, why does it look so dirty? But now knowing that I've just cleaned it, and it still looks dirty, this glass can never be cleaned. I think it's literally stained. Great. So I'm going to drink the last bit out of a stained cup. Glass. 5 likes, thank you everyone. 8 concurrent views. Isn't it wonderful to have you all here? Let's have a little look at what everyone's saying before I move on. Bubs, 70s BB sci-fi effects engaged. Yeah, it's kind of like, isn't it? So it's like, oh yeah, so I get zapped by like the ray gun. Oh, and it takes you to the... I accidentally went too far. So what do we do at 800 subs? I get zapped by a ray gun. There you go. It's supposed to go like into a negative image or something, isn't it? That's how they used to do it. They used to have like the flash negative image or something. Yeah, I've seen clips of 70s sci-fi, don't worry. The glass harbours all your dark thoughts. Suntory, the premium waltz. That's... I think your dark thoughts rhymes with premium malt, so I'll give you that. You should ration it out, then have flat beer next week. You mean ration this one can? I'm not rationing one can out. It's the only can I've got. I know you're joking, but still, don't joke about the last beer. The last beer is being poured. I wish I'd gone for a beer that I liked more, but this is the cheapest beer that I could get. I could have got one of the bar reels, but I didn't realise at the time when I was at the supermarket, which is a bit far from here and has those, that I had basically, I've no longer got any funds for beer, so it's just realising I've got like 200 yen left on my fund. I was like, all right, pop over to the corner shop, get myself the one beer I can afford from there, and here we are. I have no dishwasher. It's frustrating to see my glasses. I have no dishwasher. It's frustrating. Oh, but dishwashers stain glasses more. I know some of them are like really expensive and apparently better, but every time I've seen a dishwasher, certainly when my parents had one, it just stains all the glasses. That's why I'm kind of shocked. I'm washing these by hand. Oh, I can't afford no dishwasher. You get zapped by a ray gun at 1,000 subs. Exactly. Yes, that's how this should work. Big thank you as well. I'll quickly get on to a little bit of the format thing because we always discuss format. No one really cares when we do, but I'm going to discuss a bit of format stuff anyway. So yeah, I had a bit of fun doing the Bish Bandmade video. That had been in work for a few days at the time, but then I kind of got motivated to do it. Yeah, and I think I said last time that I'd been playing around with the idea of doing videos where rather than just being a simple review, it actually takes a broader issue into consideration. And so that's kind of what I did with that video, except for that one wasn't really a review at all. Technically, it kind of was a review of those two live performances, but I was thinking, I didn't want to. You get what I'm saying. So anyway, that I was kind of happy with that. Obviously, we're still going to do normal reviews. That's not going to change. It's just I thought throw that in for a bit of a change, and every now and then I'll throw in something like that. Like I've got some things that I've been wanting to talk about with some bands which are just not really related to any song but related to stuff that's going on and opinions and intrigue and interest. I kind of noticed that when I did the Pony Canyon one for Bandmade, people really like that as well, but then again people will click on anything with Bandmade involved because fans are loyal. But I noticed from the audience retention that they don't just click on it and go, oh, this isn't the reaction, I'm out. They actually do watch it. They sit down, they listen, they watch. So actually I was going through some of the statistics, looking to see which, on average, which band's fans watch the most of videos and which ones leave very quickly when they find out it's not a reaction. I'm not giving it away, but let's say Bandmade are one of the good ones. Definitely. Let's see what everyone is putting in here. Oh, just some links from Harry, some very useful links to Patreon, Discord, and Reddit. Jump in there. I appreciate you all for following the social medias. Let's not do that now. I pre-recorded that. I'll just show the pre-recorded message next time. Martin says Bish plus Bandmade got lots of views. Yay, it did. I was really impressed with that actually. Let's have a little look because I was talking to you guys about one of the things that's really important when you do these kind of videos is that even more really than, obviously you want to get the views, but the most important thing is what they call audience retention. And the usual thing is basically if you're doing something where you're kind of commenting or reviewing, then anything above 20% is usually regarded as good because, and often views drop off very quickly. But this is the retention for the Bandmade Bish video. Sorry, I need to get a live monitoring camera in front of me so I can see that I'm holding up the right thing. There we go. So the actual statistic is retention was I don't know if you can see that. If I hold it close, it goes out of focus. But retention was basically at 34.2%. And as you can see, it's a good long curve. You get some people, as always, you get some people who get like a minute in, realise it's not for them and they're out. But as a general, most people stay through pretty much to the end. That's a really good, strong showing. So clearly the content, people are clearly enjoying the content, which is great. Over a third of people have stuck through with that video pretty much to the end. Like I said, 34.2 is the average retention on that video. That's fantastic. I'm really happy with that. So now I just need to get more people watching. I think before with Backer Breakdown, when we first started and we had all those subs and we were doing so well, a lot of that was down to us reacting to stuff that people liked, and in a way you could say those were easy subs because it was just like, people are like, he reacts to Bandmade, he reacts to Babemate, we're going to sub on. But I think although things are working slowly, I think we're getting more to the point where we're actually now producing something much more unique as a channel, and I'm not seeing anyone else doing what we're doing. There are channels who are like us but on very different topics, and stylistically a bit different still. I don't see anyone else who's doing what we're doing in relation to Japanese music, and that makes me feel good. So if I can get the content good and if I can present the videos not just always reviews, but sometimes on topics that people can actually think about. You know, I can pose a question and bring people in to think about that. Then that's fantastic. As I pointed out, some of the videos that I did really well on before, I didn't expect to do well on, one was about why it's important, or I can't remember exactly what I said, but you know, the important thing about Band-Maid moving to Pony Canyon. And then I did those two videos, the main video and the follow-up video on bands breaking out of Japan. How do bands break out of Japan? And I found posing like a question, like a topic for discussion, sometimes brought in a lot more people than just saying, hey, let's talk about this band. But obviously I still want to do reviews because that's kind of like my meat and veg. I love doing that. Because I hear a song, I'm enjoying it, I want to talk to you. There's a couple of songs I heard recently that I really can't wait to do reviews about. I really want to talk to you guys about. But sometimes I think it's just good to go off on a topic and talk about it. And of course, when you talk about a topic, there'll always be some people who totally misunderstand, who won't get that you're talking, and they'll probably take it all the wrong way. I think there's some people who go in to videos on what I would argue, and this doesn't really count for pretty much anyone here, but you sometimes see this. Some people go into videos on what I would describe as a bad faith basis, which is the minute they see anyone talking about anything with what they assume to be a sense of authority. Obviously, I don't claim it to be authority. I just claim to talk from a degree of experience. People see it and they assume that you're trying to talk down to things. So when you do videos where it's very talking based, you will always get some people who are going to be upset about that, thinking that you're trying to be a smart ass when in fact you're just kind of driving a discussion. But as a general, I suspect the statistics that I'm looking at right now suggesting that people are enjoying this, and that's just making me feel good. We're not doing as well as we did the first time out, no, but we're not in like total views, not in total subs. I mean, last time out, obviously the last channel when it closed, we had over 1 million views easily. We were coming on for 2,000 subs. We had all of that stuff, but the audience retention was pretty low. I think on average we were getting something like 20%. Well, that's not super. That's kind of like, that's average for most channels, but we were just average for audience retention, like 20%. Whereas now we're getting like over 30% on a fairly regular basis. The number of people who are clicking on our thumbnails, which is what they call like the click-through rate, that's much higher now as well. So I think ever since I took my own face off of the thumbnails, that helped a lot. People look at me and like, don't want to click on Bald Guy. Show them a picture of an artist and they go. So, you know. Alright, let's see what everyone is saying. Watched it twice, so knock one off, please, says mine. No, that's fine. That's yeah, I mean, I watched it 1,200 times, but Harry, I'll add $1 to my Patreon pledge so you can at least thank you, sir. I really appreciate the 100 yen cup sake once a month. I mean, I won't get any Patreon money through till the end of the month anyway, but I'll remember that's what some of it's for. And plus, I can't take it out as cash, so I'll have to order that cup online. But I'll do it for you. I'll bring that to the show each time. Martin, and I'll chuck in £1 on payday. Bless you. Thank you so much, everyone. Harry, add $2. Moving days will be a killer. I'll get onto that in a minute, but yeah, and thank you, Bubs, for everything he's doing. We'll talk about that later. I'm gonna. A lot of people have asked me to do a video about what's going on, like maybe like a little video diary. I don't want this to be one of those YouTube channels where it's all about me, but if people seem to be interested in me, sort of covering this story, I might put it on the Back of Bits channel instead of on the main channel, just so it's for people who are actually interested. But yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen. Oh, I didn't tell you the really good. I'm gonna tell you. I was thinking, should I leave this for a surprise? But I say this is really good news. Well, part of it is good news. Actually, I've got to tell you one bit of good news to let you know this. But there's something that is going to make you guys laugh so much if you've been on the Discord. All right, so with Bubbles' help, we've managed to get somewhere for me to go from here for the first week. I still have no idea where I'm going to be for the next 3 weeks after that, but I'm trying to work something out. It gives me a little bit more time to work it out. The place is in Tokyo. I'm trying desperately to get enough money for the bus at the moment, which I think it's kind of expensive, but I think I can do that. but the place was booked on Airbnb. It's the cheapest place I could find. Absolutely. There was 3 places that were of equal cheapness. One was a place that I'd seen James had stayed in before. And it was basically good. And I remember visiting James there. And the one thing that stuck out to me is that when he was staying there, the place had no Wi-Fi. And they were just like, oh yeah, sorry, we don't have any Wi-Fi. Something must be wrong. And I was like, nope, don't want to stay there. I cannot afford to have that problem. It was a big place with lots of rooms as well. It was in a decent location, but I was just like, yeah, clearly they're cheaping on the Wi-Fi here, so I wasn't going to risk that. There was another place where there was just some dodgy reviews, and I was like, no, I'm not sure about that. And it came down to one place, so we booked it. Just like, okay, cool. It's near to Shinjuku, which is not really my favorite part of Tokyo, but at least that's where the bus stops off if I come from here to there. So at least it won't be far to get to it. But here's the funny bit. It's not in the middle of Shinjuku. In fact, it's very close to a street. I'm going to see who can guess it. It's in a little area just to the north of Shinjuku, which has a street that we talked about a lot on Discord. Look, I'll give you some clues if you can't get it, but I think someone's going to get it. All right, let's have a look and see what everyone's writing here. Someone's probably already going to have guessed it by the time I get down to the bottom of the comments, but let's see. Rev, hey, Rev. Just read it out. Phone's just blurry. Just read it out. Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, wow. We are really far behind if that's what you're saying me. Sorry. Sven, it's not easy to find your Ivory video in the YouTube search. No, I found that every time you do a Scandal video, it tends to be quite hard to find with search anyway. I don't know why. The tags on that are pretty good. I did some research on that as well. I've done some research a few times on when I do Scandal videos. Actually, almost every time I do a Scandal video now, I end up researching tags a lot because I can't believe how they don't do very well. I perhaps should think about coercing some slightly incorrect tags, like if you tag more popular songs that the band did just so it appears on the searches for fans. You shouldn't really do that, but one of the things is that people are only going to click on it if they click on it. So if you do that and you get very bad click-through rates, then you know that people didn't like it, but you might just get in front of someone who likes it more. So maybe I should sort of coerce fans by tagging some songs that it's not. But yeah, I can't really say that I'm too surprised. It's always weird when you do Scandal stuff. It doesn't seem to come up much, but I think that's probably because of the low demand. I hate to say it. Scandal are popular, but Scandal fans aren't big into like reviews and stuff most of the time. Still, I had to cover it. Really enjoy Scandal, so why not? But thanks for pointing that out. Feedback's always useful. Bubs, please like and subscribe to keep Howard on topic for today's stream. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, oh, look at that. We've got 9 likes. I think we're already beating last week was a train crash. I think we're already beating last week, which is great. Thank you so much. Nagin, yes, the ball guy reveals isn't until the end now. The ball guy reveal isn't until the end now. Surprise. I don't know. Sorry. There's 2 ball guys on this channel and there's no reveal there. You all know. Sven, I always appreciate that you pick fitting pictures of the bands on the thumbnails. Yeah, I know I do try and put the pictures really big, use the sort of eye drawing thing, but I always try to go for pictures that match the mood. So for example, I'll tend to do something where it's a nice picture, not I don't tend to go for the ones where the artist looks like or something like that. Some people like to go for like really crazy pictures or try and do stuff to the picture. I tend not to. I tend to go for a nice picture. I was thinking when I did the thumbnail for that most recent, the Bish Bandmate video, I went slightly more expressive photographs in that one because it was very much about live performance. So I went for pictures that you could see them singing. But usually I tend to go for just a sort of a complimentary picture, to be honest. A picture that, and it's always, unless there's a real problem with the video, it's always taken from the video. Perhaps the only time I'll avoid that is if the video itself doesn't feature the band or just isn't really noteworthy, or if the video is like so blurry. It's very rare that this happens, but sometimes you get a video that's so blurry that you just can't get a thumbnail from it. I think that's what I can't remember now because I'm pretty sure it was on the previous channel, but I think that's what I did with Rene. I think the Rene video was so blurry that I couldn't get a decent thumbnail from it. been too long. I need to stop complaining about the Reno video. I know a lot of people like it. Bubs, and again, you really need to narrow that down. There's a lot of baldness going on. Yeah, yeah. I need to catch up. Martin, soon James will be sending Howard a box of out-of-date food parcels and plastic. Quite possibly. Oh shit, he's got a jelly thing that I was going to send for him, but it ran out already, so I got to go and eat that. It's like 5 days out of date already. I better consume that soon. We agreed there's no point in me sending it to him because it would just be nasty by the time it gets to him. It's probably already nasty now. But fuck it, what have I got to care about? Day, what's up? I love James and Howard. We love you too. We love you too, you lovely man. You've now got Jesus hair and a Jesus beard. And when I say Jesus, I mean the popular interpretation of the Christian prophet, as demonstrated in the white man's Bible. Again, the bald guy from the UK, packets of gravy. Oh. Yeah, I mean, gravy is going to be pretty much useless for me now because I'm not going to have any cooking facilities. Basically, I have just enough. I have like a shared kitchen at least for this first week. I'm not going to have like anything particularly useful. Just as long as I've got like a hob that I can grill stuff on. I don't even know if I'm going to have any storage space for any food, but I can't afford to eat out, so I'm probably just going to be living on whatever I can scrounge. Bubs, will that just hurt my feelings? Oh, okay. Are you going to be posing as a hot Korean guy? Oh, someone's guessed it. Someone's guessed it. No. No, I will not be posing as a hot Korean guy. But I might be visiting a street full of an inordinate number of women looking for hot Korean guys, who I am not. Martin waving from a balcony to entice people in for gravy service. Ew, that is disgusting. Bub, there isn't a day going by when he isn't mistaken for a hot Korean guy. Yeah, imagine me and BTS rewriting the songs. Always used to look at your own tags, which one works. Yeah, always useful. So yeah, it's funny actually because I think I showed this to you guys before. But I'll just tell you. If you do a Bandmade video, always do all the tags twice. One writing Bandmade with a space and one writing it with a hyphen because it just doubles the amount of people who come and view it. Seriously, like I think for the most recent video, like 25% of the search was band space made. And then like another 8% was band hyphen made. So that means about 3 times as many people spell the name Basic as spell it with the correct punctuation as deemed correct by the band. Average beer. So yeah, I'm really going into the unknown here. As always, I really appreciate anyone who's I appreciate anyone on the Patreon anyway. You guys are keeping me going for so long. I don't want to get too much onto like all the drama and stuff, so I'll just say I know it sounds really ridiculous, but it's the whole thing that coming here, and we'll probably talk about this more in the final stream from Cardboard Palace 2. But coming here, the whole point of coming here, this was supposed to be a place where I would be able to save money and get in a good position. But I don't want to be too rude about the people who I came here with. But let's just say that a lot of the things that I was promised never happened. In fact, no, pretty much everything I was promised never happened. I kind of got stuck out here. And every time I kind of got on top of something struck us down. You guys have known about all the dramas. I mean, a lot of them I've tried to keep private, just said, hey, some stuff's going on. But those of you who've been very involved, who've maybe sort of DM'd me about it, have probably heard about all kinds of stuff with medical stuff, life stuff happening. I don't think it's out of line for me to point out that while it's still been going on, I maybe haven't mentioned this either, but my mum's actually got cancer. And they thought she'd recovered, and then he just found out she's got it on her liver now, and it looks pretty bad. So, there's just all that kind of stuff just kind of happening out of nowhere. And this is happening while I'm having a big old bust up with my father, which is kind of status quo. Sorry, status quo, I shouldn't say that. So, that's the background. But I always feel bad because that's the stuff happening behind the primary issues. But I always feel bad complaining about this kind of stuff because it's always good to talk about these things, but I always feel bad complaining about them because ultimately everyone has shit going on. When I say, oh, every time I try and get up, something knocks me down. It's like, yeah, well, that happens for everyone. So, I don't want to come across like I'm complaining, but yes, the coming month is really terrifying the shit out of me. I'm really worried, and yet I've been through worse in Korea, and none of you know what that means, and one day you will. But I have been through worse. I believe that this cannot be as bad as Korea was. So I don't think much could be as bad as Korea was. So, yeah, I'm working. My basis of thought is at least this isn't Korea. So, but yeah, no, I think last week on the live stream I was feeling a bit, I couldn't really get with the tone was very jovial and I didn't feel like I could get with the tone because I was like, I'm feeling like shit right now. But yeah, so I'm kind of more, things are not better, but I think my brain is more in sync with it, and I'm kind of accepting that I'm shooting towards the precipice, and it's like, well, keep his foot on the throttle, let's see what happens. But yeah, we don't go down with a fight. We've been through way more shit on this channel than I would love to know another channel that has been through. Maybe channels have been through worse. I don't think there's a channel that's been through the variety that we've been through. We started out homeless. We started this channel homeless in internet cafes, which I consider that to be my home. But we were effectively home. I didn't have a set base of operations when we first did this. Or was that... I think actually maybe we started when I was still in Hokkaido. Anyway, the main thing is we've been through a variety of crap. So, where are we going with this? All right, cool. We got some of the folks coming in from outside. Spencer's having to remember a thumbnail by the Mexicali Weeb where he reviewed the Scandal song, used visuals of Honey, where the girls don't wear much clothes, wrote AV. And I'm not doing that, and yet I admire that. I would probably click on that. Although, no, he puts himself in the corner. So if he's in the corner and then there's a lot of attractive women not wearing so much, and the word AV, I'll be like, whoa, okay. I don't know what he's going to do in this video, but I'm standing. Neon, hey Neon, how you doing? Chug indeed. Just actually one point. I did, as many of you know, I did the interview with Neon recently. Obviously, it hasn't been published yet. It went really well. It was supposed to be in 2 parts, but the second part had an unexpected event happen in it, which was very funny, but it kind of derailed us from the original chat. So the first half was supposed to be in relation to Babe Metal, and the second half was supposed to be about broader issues. So the first half... so we still got to record the second half of that. The first half, though, is going to be connected to the Babe Metal lesson through. Now, like a lot of you know, that was originally going to take place tonight, but I decided to postpone that just because of, like I say, just because where I'm at the moment. I wanted to be sure that when I do that with a lot of respect to the fans. It sounds so cheesy, like, well, respect the fans. But you know what I mean. I didn't want to sort of come on here looking out of my face and... So I decided I'm going to postpone that until after I've moved out, and if I've got myself settled for like a month somewhere, just enough to clear my head that I don't have 1,000,001 other things to worry about, then I will just do that at that point, and that's when I will concurrently put that interview up. Hey, Mexi is here. Hold up, let me get my soju. You can get some shochu? Go for it. I think we should share about that. Ironic. Right, ironic indeed. Bubs, oh dear, you're back. That'll destroy things. Welcome. Highly organised stream. Thank you for welcoming everyone. Bubs, Sven, the Asian Kung Fu generation, you always have to write Asian Kung Fu like Kung Fu, Kung Fu. Yeah, no, Asian Kung Fu, Asian Kung Fu Generation. One of the main things that puts me off is just the idea of having to do the tags for that, because there's so many different things they're called because their name is not exactly what you describe as one that rolls off the tongue. Neon, I don't destroy things, just Howard. I more break up bands, but that's true. Much appreciated, says Maxi. We need some real copy paste goodness to deal with all that typing. Neon, I hope you find your feet, man. It's okay to talk about these things and not bottle it up. We all want to help you, and not as alone as you may feel, my dude. No, I really appreciate it. No, I do. I really appreciate that. And I think it's a hard thing sometimes for people to really understand, is that I don't, like I said, I don't, I appreciate how supportive everyone's been. I don't like sitting here bleating, but at the same time, I like to be honest. I do like to be honest with everyone, because this could make for a really funny video, really depressing video. But for example, one of the videos, Neon knows what this is, but I'm going to put the video with our sound check on the Back of Bits channel, maybe tomorrow. And there's like little moments like that, and they just cheer you up. He'll remember that was insane. But the worst impromptu thing I've ever asked anyone to do, and it sounded like such a good idea at the time. But I just, like I said, I do appreciate it, and I don't like being here bitching, but at the same time I like to be honest with you guys, because if I'm not honest with you, and then like I have like a really bad week and stuff's going wrong, then you guys are going to be like, where's he gone now? So consistency is important, but when you can't be consistent, at least be honest, Bubs, if anyone is going to tell Howard, it should be me. Damn true. Or is that cat is going to skip through. Bubs is basically a mediator in all the conversation, so I might skip over some of his comments unless they're directly to me. I have to watch this stream back. Just missed the last 15 minutes because I got swamped here at work. Harry, you watched these while you're at work, man. It's back to the old days before you had all the problems when you were doing that then. And I remember that. And that was always one of my favourite things doing these streams, is imagining you in your booth at work, chilled out, listening, and then someone comes and annoys you by asking you to do some work. Bastards. All right, everyone's talking within themselves. Mexi, yeah, sorry to ruin a great picture of ladies with my uncle. Do you know what? That would have got I think it would have got a curiosity click from me. But, yeah, actually, I'll be honest. Mexi's got. I noticed Mexi's got like a good approach to doing the thumbnails, because they're very consistent. It's always him, channel logo, song image. Usually, I tend to like move things very front, so it's something, usually like a face is good at catching the eye, so I tend to put that in. But I think Mexi's probably show more of what the video is actually about, where I'm just like, look at this face, do you know this person? I'm about to talk about this person. Whereas Mexi's like, oh, it's music. It's me, I'm talking about music. So his are probably more honest than mine, but still. Harry, thank you again for dropping the Patreon, the Discord, and the Reddit. I really appreciate it. There's such a wonderful community on there, so thank you so much for anyone who's following any of those. And obviously, I know it's so stereotypical, but I keep on saying thank you to the Patrons, because I think this channel is poorer than most, so I appreciate it more than most. And no, you guys have been amazing. I mean, so many of our patrons have been there for such a long time, held on through so much crap. So you guys are just amazing, just magic. Your oof face made it better, said Sven. Oh, talking to Mexi. Okay. Bubs, you were half with housing when we started, and you had the technical advantage of having a PC and internet. You always overachieve when we record. You know what? I overachieve at having no home, because when I haven't got a base of operations, I always have all of my computer stuff. I've got a very compact setup. I've always had that, because I always believe that your work stuff should be light, it should be small, everything should move. Ironic, because the laptop I use is comparatively heavy for a laptop, so I like a solid laptop, but it's still a laptop. I don't have any desktop PCs. I do everything from laptops. I've got a few laptops just to keep me safe. Let's have a look. All talking amongst each other. Cool. Actually, yeah, I should point out I'm inviting a few people. I invited Mexi. He doesn't know what he's going to do, but he's going to be challenged. If he's available, he's going to be challenged on next week's, which is the last live stream from Cardboard Palace 2. And Neon as well. If Neon's around, I know it's not a good time for him, but if you're around this time next week, Neon, I'm going to get you onto this live stream as well. I'm going to have some special guests for the final Cardboard Palace 2.0 stream. So if you are a friend of the channel and you want to be on that stream next week, get on it. I'm going to have some real funny games for anyone who calls in, anyone who gets involved in next week's live stream. I'm going to have some funny stuff for you to do. So I think it's going to be a really awesome stream. So I mean, this week's going to be an important one, and the next stream will be like 2 or 3 days before I have to leave this place. So assuming that nothing goes psychotically wrong, then this time next week we're going to have a really cool last stream. I really hope so. Close off Cardboard Palace 2.0 in style before moving on to, I'd like to call it Cardboard Palace 3, but it's basically going to be like temporary shelter. Shelter, at least while I can keep a roof above my head. Oh, okay. 1362. That is, how can I shorten that name? I can't. Not yet. MN. Hello all, aka Five Scotch. Oh, it's Five Scotch. I always forget the disconnect between some of your names. Hey Five Scotch, how you doing, man? Welcome, sir. Welcome. Ray, how you doing? Hey, what's up? Good people. So that's cool. So we've got actually a couple of people coming in just now. So we've got Five Scotch and Ray coming in right now. Thank you. It's good. It's actually, it's really nice to see so many people suddenly turning up who, you know, maybe don't get to see these on a regular basis. So cool to have you in here. Wow, 2 at once. Actually, was my original handle. Oh, that was your original. Oh, fair enough. Just updated my Patreon pledge. Harry, I love you, man. I love you. I can't see it now, but whatever it is, you probably reduced it. Just updated to 10 cents. But look, whatever it is, man, just I'm gonna keep on saying. It means a lot to me. Just that you guys are here, that you guys are chatting about this. And I don't want to come across like someone who's bitching about this. We will get there, and this channel will survive anything. That's all that matters. And it'll be all the better if we get to a really great, if great things happen in a few months from now, and everything comes full circle. Like I desperately hope this plan comes together. As many of you probably know, my partner is intending to move to Japan, and if everything comes together, then our joint abilities would allow us to maybe put together something of a home operation, but I've got a month or 2 to get through at least. So look, just thank you. Just like I said, no pressure on anyone. I always say this, and I mean this honestly. I've never had been in a position where I've been able to give money to a YouTube channel, so I actually never have. I try to show my support when I can. So anyone who does anything for this channel, you're doing more than I've ever been able to do for another channel. So just thank you on that basis alone. Ray, spending the weekend with my niece and nephew, missing all the good streams today. Well, you should turn up for the best one, my friend. Oh, something just vibrate. It's going to be my phone, I swear. I haven't got anything else. Still, nice to have family time too. Oh, and happy Father's Day to anyone who's a father. Apparently it's Father's Day. I didn't know that. Neon, always up to join, man. Just DM times and I'll move things around. Basically this time next week. So we'll be starting at the same time we started this week. So 38 minutes ago, plus 1 week. And then maybe go for a couple of hours. It's already, actually, anyone who doesn't know, the final live stream is already scheduled. So if you go to this channel, on this channel, go set the reminder on that. You should be a reminder button. You can set it and it will remind you of the fact that that is coming up next week. So I uploaded that and I scheduled that live stream way in advance, so you guys can schedule a reminder for that and be ready when that comes around. Mexi, yeah, I'm down. It's 9:30 a.m. Sunday right now in California, so I'll commit to next week. Man, anyone who works up early on a Sunday morning for me, I appreciate that, man. Bubs, final stream, guests, bears and monkeys. Yeah, we're going to end the final stream with me just being eaten by a bear while 4 monkeys come into the room and mug my corpse. Harry, I'd love to call in next week, but work, so... Still, man, you'll be here in spirit, I'm sure. And just, just pretend to be working. It's fine. If you watch it back, you watch it back. Main thing is just as long as you get to share it, that's all that matters, man. appreciate it. And I know that you guys are all there in the Discord anyway. Temp Shelter 2.0. If we were just doing it in Temp Shelters, it'd be like something Temp Shelter 98 or something. Babs, we are downgrading from Cardboard Palace to Temp Safety Home. Cardboard Palace to Cardboard Box. Harry, pigeon invasion of CP2 next week? Quite possibly. Oh, by the way, I found out something really interesting. Apparently there was an old study done, I don't know how long ago this was. Apparently pigeons actually display the behaviour of superstition. Thus proving how biologically creatures like humans, we actually are predisposed to certain degrees of superstitious thinking, actually has been proved via pigeons. So if you wanted to know, pigeons maybe have saved the world through in assisting us in understanding the illogicalities of human psychology. So pigeons are saving the world. But yes, pigeons do display the superstitious behaviour. The test they did is, I think it was like they took 12 pigeons and they set them up with a machine that initially it would just give them food. But then they started setting it so the food would be given very randomly, at random times, completely with no form. And then they found that the birds would associate certain actions they did with the food arriving and would repeat them. But because it was completely random, each isolated bird displayed completely different behaviour to what it thought was causing the food to come out, thereby proving superstition through pigeons, because pigeons display superstitious behaviour. There you go. That's an interesting, totally off-topic thing that I thought you guys might be interested in, because we talk about pigeons a lot on this channel. Neon, hey, a Howard's Missus stream soon then. Can finally get some eye candy on the channel. Yeah, well, when she arrives, she has to go through, it's going to be a while before she arrives. There's huge financial worries on her side as well. She has to go through, and she's moving with a daughter. So you can imagine there's that pressure on my shoulders as well. I have to look after myself, but I also have to make sure that they're okay when they get here. All kinds of concerns about that. Not really anything I can do for them right now, but I'm hoping that if a lot of my plans come together, that I might be able to sort this out in the next couple of months. I got some big ambitious plans. But yes, she's currently, as a lot of you know, she's currently, well, recently was diagnosed with quite a serious illness, so she's not doing very well. But I know she expressed her interest a couple of years ago. Actually, when we first started, she was really interested in getting on the channel and doing stuff with me on the channel. So might take a little bit of time for her to settle back in Japan, and then might take her time to recover as well. Her condition, apparently, if she does recover, it takes at least 2 years to recover from. But if she does recover, then yeah, I'm sure she won't do that. And if she doesn't, she might just silently watch from the background and throw stuff at me. That seems in keeping with her character. Bubs rubs hand with glee. Howard can catch lunch then. Right, yeah, today is Father's Day here in the US. I think it is in quite a few countries as well, but there you go. That's I don't know which ones, but if it's Father's Day where you are, happy Father's Day. I feel I personally attack. I don't know what the comment was, so I'm going to skip over that. Neon, only pigeon that will save the world is Miku. Yeah, but Miku commands legions of pigeons, so you have to be very careful about that. Bubs, Howard, so can we all accept that God is answering all the pigeons? Also, I saw the documentary that had that bird experiment on it, so can confirm. I didn't see it in a documentary. I heard it in a like an online debate / interview. So if it wasn't a documentary, that's awesome. But I'll take your word for that. I think the scientist who was called Skinner or something. I can't remember his first name. Something Skinner was the. But anyway, if you look it up, you'll probably find it. Rev, pigeon superstition that explains. Or you never see a pigeon open an umbrella. You never see them walk under ladders. To avoid confusion, I have switched back to 5 Scotch breakfast. Cheers, 5 Scotch. At least now we know who you are. Also, I never step on cracks in the street. True. In Germany, it's not Father's Day. Oh, okay. So I'm just going to say Happy Father's Day every time we do this until I get everyone, which should take about 7 years, depending on the distributions of dates. because of Euro 2020. That's the football, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So anyway, wow, 45 minutes already. This has been shooting by, but it's going good. Mexi, yes, it's Father's Day in the US, so I got to hop off, but I'm digging your stream. And look forward to joining you next week. Message me details if any I should know, please. Yeah, that's good, man. I'll try and get in contact with you and Neon in advance and let you know. Gonna try and have some guests on the show. Hoping also to get a bit of James and maybe even Bubbles on the show, so they can do something. Have a solid stream, my weebs. Thank you indeed, sir. Thank you indeed, and enjoying the music, man. So ongaku, something about fresh people. I guess that's something about enjoy music, enjoy the music. My kanji is really bad. Still, have a good one. I would say oyasumi nasai, but it's the morning for you, so ohayou gozaimasu. Cheers, Mexi. Thank you for stopping by. Yeah, indeed, man. Yeah, actually, do you know, it's funny. I wish I could stop by and check out more other people's live streams, but a lot of the time it's just like so much stuff going on, so I feel like I should perhaps invade more other people's live streams in future. That's something I need to start focusing on when I settle down, invading other people's live streams on a regular basis. Martin, cheers, Mexi. Oh yeah, I already read that, sorry. 5. I saw there was a bear rampage in Japan. Glad you made it unharmed. Yeah, I found out recently that they're also doing a lot of bear conservation in Asia, and I was like, in a way, I'm happy about that because, you know, animals, look after the animals, but in another way, I'm like, just conserve them somewhere away from me. So, yeah. Oh, actually, talking about animals, and I don't want to bring this down, but I'm just going to quickly point out, anyone who has seen my... I'm not going to get into this now because it's kind of a depressing subject, but if anyone does care about animal welfare, please do check out my Twitter. Check out what I posted today. It is a very real and serious issue. And it is something where I think awareness should be spread. I wouldn't look at it if you are easily queasy. But yeah, there are some horrifying things happening in guess where, China right now. Just... I would say, if you are concerned with animal welfare, please do check out and show support for ending that disgusting, evil tradition. I posted about it on my Twitter, so go check out Twitter link if you want. If that's something that you're interested in, and do me a favor, either follow or support any. What do I call them? Yeah, where people always sign petitions, or just spread the word so people know about that. Would be greatly appreciated. Sorry, I know it was a little bit of a detour, but it is something that I do care about a lot, so I really appreciate if anyone does see that. Let's get back on topic though. So Mexi says, yeah, it's Father's Day in the US. So, oh yeah, I already read that. I keep on going back and reading stuff over. Yeah, wow, I've gone a long way back. I've read most of these. There's only one new comment, and I went all the way back. What album reviews are coming next, Sven? I was thinking a lot about the album reviews. That's it was either this morning or yesterday. I was thinking a lot about album reviews because I haven't done one in a little while. We did quite a few, and then we stopped for a while. The album reviews are quite time consuming, but I was because I was working on the former a lot of the time I was doing them. So I think since I did those last year, I've perfected them a lot. I think my main concern when it comes to album reviews is jumping on stuff like the Scandal, Silent Siren, Listen Throughs that I was doing, because they're two bands who I want to talk about a lot of their older material, so it makes more sense in album context. But then again, I also wanted to do some Asian Kung Fu Generation from that perspective. Polka Dot Stingray were also on there. Dreamcatcher were very much on there as well. I'd actually started doing a review on one of their like mini albums, like a Japanese mini album, when I had like a bit of stuff coming up which kind of got in the way. So that one kind of got sidelined a bit longer than I wanted to, but I intend to come back to that. And then there was another one that there was another artist who I really wanted to do album reviews for. I can't remember who it was. Oh yeah, actually, I wanted to do a review of the last Wagamama Rakia mini album that had like Survive and all that on there. But then they just released a new single, so I thought, well, I might as well focus on that single instead. That was a really interesting single. That went in a direction that I both expected and totally didn't expect at the same time. So I was kind of intrigued by it. Scandal. Silent crying in the corner. Yeah, actually, I was thinking about actually doing a review of the Silent Siren orchestral live, because that was just such an awesome thing. That was such an awesome thing. I really enjoyed that. But it was so much to talk about from it. It was such a whoa, which I guess we were all expecting. But yeah. And thank you for the link. So Neon says, I love Dreamcatcher. Yeah, Dreamcatcher are awesome. Really appreciate them. I think they're just, to me, they're such a relief, especially considering what most K-pop is like. I mean, like I said, like when it comes to stuff like BTS, I don't have anything against BTS. I just find them kind of bland. You know, it's not like sort of Blackpink, who I actually think, wow, this is genuinely annoying the hell out of me. There's a lot of stuff which is K-pop, which is kind of, BTS, bland but alright. Twice have got some good songs. I actually kind of enjoy a lot of Twice stuff. Not all of it, but they got some really good fun songs, and it's upbeat, and it tends to be kind of like, it's got a good energy to it. But then there's a lot of groups who are just like painfully generic, and I hate to say it because it sounds like I'm just blanketing a whole genre, but K-pop as a general doesn't do much for me in the same way that most like American pop doesn't do much for me. There are some things that I really like in both, but as a general, I'm kind of like, you get once you heard one bit, you can kind of get a fairly good feel for most of the rest of what you will hear. But bands like Dreamcatcher are really kind of out there doing their own thing. They nicely mix the staples of K-pop with stuff that is totally different, and so for me that's interesting. Did you get around to hearing the acoustic version of Ivory yet? No, I don't believe I did. I should do though, especially considering my comments on it. I should definitely get around to hearing that. Yeah, I don't know why I haven't. No, I can't think of any good reason why I haven't. And again, you should do the album review for each of your background posters. Let's check this out. All right. Look at my bald head. So, Metal Galaxy, done. That's the World Domination Tour, but technically it's World Domination, done. This is the single of 19 Summer Note. So I did the single, done. Cradle of Eternity, that was a single, done it. Sticks, that would be a really good one to do. I've did individual reviews of most of the songs on there, but it'd be really cool to actually do that. It would be very cool to do the Puffy album actually. But yeah, that's I kind of like covered a lot about Puffy history, but that'd be kind of cool to go back. The album reviews, like I say, are mostly useful for doing older stuff where I know they don't have a lot of momentum behind them. So maybe you can more drag in larger groups of fans. So you go back to older stuff. You do like an old single, and even if it was like a massive single, like everyone knows it, no one's gonna watch your review. But if you do the whole album review, then you actually get the hardcore diehard fans. Like when I did the Oatskry Love Jam album, that didn't have too many of her biggest singles. Most of her biggest singles were from the album before and after. But I got a lot of views for that because it was a review of the album. So fans as a general knew they were going to get a lot more from it. So when it comes to album reviews, I should really be focusing on older stuff, which is why I want to look at those older Scandal and Silent Siren albums, partly because they're two bands who I really want to catch up with. And of course, Hello World. Hello World is definitely one that we're going to get to at some point. I just realised this looks like it's falling down. It probably is going to fall down. I don't even know if this wall's going to be here when we do the next live stream. This might all be packed. I'm not sure what's going to happen with the posters, but posters you can roll up. So, actually, talking of posters, shall we bring out Daisy? Bless her. Oh, we'll have her available. All right, let's see what everyone's saying. Sven, when you make a review of the Psy Orchestra Live, I am holding my thoughts back. Okay, yeah, I mean, I had a lot of thoughts about it. There were, I think I mentioned to some people already, I think I might mention it to yourself, Sven. There were some things on there that were not perfect. There were some problems that I could hear with certain things about the way it was put together, but there was just so many moments where you were just like, wow, I'm so excited to hear this orchestral, and then it came on, you're like, oh, this is pretty good. So yeah, there was some awesome stuff on there that I just didn't expect. Well, I don't know. It's not I didn't expect it, but it was just kind of like I couldn't believe I was hearing it. Just like, again, something to remember: the posters by If They Don't Make the Move. Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure they will. I'm pretty confident they will. I need to find like a cardboard tube or something that I can roll them in, like a postage tube. I should be able to get. It's only 7, and Daisy. I should be able to get them all into like one tube if I roll them fairly tight. And then that tube can just be taped onto a bag or onto a box or something, so it should be fine. I haven't got all my posters from the UK, or my J-pop and J-rock posters from the UK. I had loads back there. I should have started the channel in the UK. It would have been so much easier. It's my favourite Scandal album, says Sven. Gotta do them in order though, my man. Hello World is type of best Scandal is my favourite. Says Harry, yeah, a lot of people really like Hello World, so I'm going to be kind of on eggshells when I go to review that. You should definitely do a review of Daisy. And alright, so just because there's always going to be some people who don't know what Daisy is, so I'm going to quickly mention. Daisy is one of the few things that came from Cardboard Palace 1 to Cardboard Palace 2. When I was in Cardboard Palace 1, basically I was staying in a little space in the back of an office. In amongst, basically, my room was made by a wall of cardboard boxes, which were like delivery items. And so I made like a little bedroom in the back of the office behind all these boxes. Basically, I lived in the storage area. But back there, I mean, I didn't have much stuff, just had a few things in there. But back there was some of the old stuff. And suspiciously, there was a slightly raunchy anime poster at the back of the thing. But it was on a banner facing out the window, and the window itself was just like one that backs onto a wall, so it's just kind of get light in. So as a result, and it was always facing away from me, so I kind of knew it was there, but I didn't really look at it. Anyway, so we checked out of there, we cleared out Cardboard Palace 1, and when I turned up at Cardboard Palace 2, I come in here, so all my boxes were in here waiting for me, because they'd been driven up for me, and I came in, and there was just this poster sitting there, and obviously there had been no connection between me and this poster before, but the poster had clearly been taken during the cleaning, and they were like, leave it for Howard. Okay. And I remember getting like there's a joking comment or something about, oh, this is to make your stay a little bit nicer or whatever. I can't remember what it was now. But it was said poster. So as a result, she subsequently has been named by our fans and fans, followers. And you guys decided to call her Daisy for whatever reason, or also known as the Lady of the Hose. Let's bring Daisy out. This is the sort of thing. This is the sort of thing that people who I live with just kind of think, yeah, that's what Howard needs. There you go. Daisy is here. She has her hose, and I guess she'll be coming with us. Thank you, Daisy. Oh, dear. Mine, I'm coming back around to the Scandal off the back of Ivory. New gate, not broken, but cracked. I don't think they were trying to break the gate. I think they were opening the gate, walking through and closing it nice and easy. Certainly. So, thank you to your review and to Scandal themselves. Nice one. Thank you, Martin. I like to think that I get people listening to music. Neon, hey, if you ever pop back to UK, we'll definitely have to join a stream. Yes, if I ever pop back to the UK, we will. I'll be honest with you, the chances of me ever going to the UK are extremely low. Sounds awful. I would go there for my friends, but there's no other reason for me to go. And by the way, look, just for anyone else says it, I know my mum is ill, but I think considering my life situation, I think we're both kind of aware that if something were to happen, there is not much provision for me to go back. If something happened suddenly, certainly, there'll be no. And plus, I think my mum is as aware as I am that if something were to happen, I'm not religious, I'm not spiritual, I have none of those beliefs. I don't really believe that me being there, if it was after something happened, I don't believe me being there would serve any purpose. Standing in a room full of people doing that I wouldn't serve any purpose. So I wouldn't. Frankly, I wouldn't do that. There's nothing I can do there that I can do from here. But I mean, obviously, I hope she's okay. But we have to think about it coming. You have to be realistic. Obviously, if something more slow and drawn out was happening, then it might. But even then, I think she would know it would be more harmful to ask me to, in my current situation, come to the UK and not have enough money to get back or whatever. So I think there's a good probability that I'm not going to be going to the UK anytime soon. So yeah. So have a look and see what everyone's saying. I made that depressing quick, didn't I? Harry, Daisy, the sacred keeper of the hose. Yes, indeed, she is keeping the hose. And by the way, that sound, just in case you're wondering, I'm punching my foot. It's kind of like a tenderizing meat. I've got the bottom of my foot. You punch it, and it does actually help. I get very sore feet because I do a lot of walking. So you punch your feet, and that's what's happening. It's nothing else. I swear, there's nothing else going on here. Promise. Bubs, he's not allowed back. It's a long legal issue. He left me here instead, I think, just to crush my soul. Yeah, there are other reasons why I can't go back as well, but just even in severe cases, I think everyone kind of knows I'm not coming back. sounds so dire, doesn't it? Sven, back broadcast the weeb. Oh yeah, it does make me look a tad weeby, doesn't it? I think that's one of the reasons I like the irony of it, is because it's the most un-me thing ever, but in a way it's kind of become charming. It's become like a charming part of the setup, if you will. Daisy looks interesting, says Neon. After the mispronunciations of your name that happened during the stream, you have to be very careful with your reputation, sir. Again, Daisy is in charge, keeping things fresh with her mastery of water. Yeah, she freshens things so they will grow. Oh, Martin, one-eyed Daisy of the hose. Daisy is the moving agent for Howard. He has just sold him away. If she's the moving agent, then I am accidentally going to end up in a suspicious establishment. Right, says Harry. I don't know what that was in response to, but pretty much this entire conversation justifies that response. A little bit more beer. All right, we're over now, so we're going to start rounding this one up. No rush. But yeah, so next week's going to be a big one for me. I'm still going to try and put videos out just for the sake of my own. I like to stay on top of everything. But I will definitely be putting some stuff out next week. I keep on saying I'm going to put out more next week. I'm going to put out more next week, and then something always gets in the way. But just no, that is my intention. Since we streamlined things and made the format better and more streamlined at the same time, then absolutely there will be more content coming. But I just need to sort out being homeless. Alright, let's have a look. Nintendo Naruto fan. That's one of those names. How do I make that shorter? Everyone has a shortened name, so I'm just going to call you Nintendo. You are Nintendo. Or should I call you Naruto? If you're a Naruto fan, it seems more fair to call you Naruto. I'm going to call you Naruto. Hello, just discovered you via Mexicali. Ah, that's nice. That's nice. That's nice. It's nice to have a bit of transfer. I like that. I just saw on your Patreon that you do requested album reviews. Any limitations on genre aside from being Japanese? No. I haven't checked the Patreon levels recently. I think I last checked them about 4 months ago. But still, yeah, I'm absolutely willing to take those. Given my current situation, the turnover is quite slow. But if someone wants to like openly pay for an album review, like if you want to go on one of those levels to pay for an album review, then I am more than happy to do that. Plus, you know, you might blindside me with something really. I love catching music. I love catching music that I don't expect. So if you drop me something really weird that I'm not seeing coming, or even if it's something that whatever it is, I'm sure I'm going to get a kick out of it. So go for it. Just one thing, I always say this. Even if it's a Patreon request, I will still be very honest. You can get an honest review from it. So maybe check a couple of my old reviews. Just Actually, that's not even going to work because there's been people before who've been like, Howard, you're going to hate this album, and I go, I love it. And then people go, Howard, you're going to love this album, and I go, this is rubbish. So I guess I'm pretty hard to predict what I like. But yeah, man, absolutely. I don't think really. I think we had a couple of times when people have taken advantage of that in the past, but most of the time people don't. But I'm really happy to do that. If you're on there, if you're on that, throw it in there, man. Just apologies if the response is a bit slow, but I tried to get request stuff on the Patreon. I tried to get it done within a month because there's the monthly cycle on it. But yeah, no, drop it in there, man. Absolutely. And hello, Martin. I posted the Daisy image on Discord. If anyone wants one, all the more reason to hang out there. I've got a scan image of that because we had to put it on the Becca Broadcast car, which has been in competition recently. I need to start uploading some of those videos to the Becca Bits channel. Just for anyone who's wondering how I can be talking about money whilst having a car. It's not a real car. It's like online sim racing. Well, I say sim racing because I haven't got room for a wheel. So sim racing with a controller. This is the latest controller because the old controller, as you can see, has this one. I bought it second hand from Hard Off, the cheapie shop, and it was broke did. But it kind of worked. One of the sticks worked. It was enough to get started on. But when I realised, okay, we can do some fun stuff with it. A couple of months back, I invested in a cheap plastic one that still works from some random Korean brand, and so we've been having a bit of fun with that. I haven't had any time to do anything with that recently, but we entered a couple, and yeah, I was actually on the phone talking to James once while I was doing one of them. We were doing like a qualifying event, and we actually did quite well. So yes, we have and it has a picture of Daisy on the side. Although there is one sim where they won't let us do that because we've entered it in multiple sims, and one of the sims they won't let us do it because of the fact that apparently it comes under their contravened images. So we couldn't put her on the side of one of the cars. So let's have a look here. Neon says, I can sense Daisy is making Howard's manflower grow from here. Yeah, she's going to have to fight with the missus. Her and the missus will have a big... No, one is real. One of them is three-dimensional. The other is two-dimensional. Although she does look pretty three-dimensional. But that's not the point. Sven, have a good time. Bye-bye, Sven. You always leave so suddenly. See you later, Sven. Have a good one, mate. Have a good one. Harry, hashtag no bias. Damn right. So, Naruto says, we'll definitely check out your other reviews. Thanks, boss. No problem, man. No problem at all. Like I said, I try to be as quick as I can on responding to things. But, yeah, just try and, if you're going to invest in a review, I want to give you the review you want, but at the same time, I'm always, like, crushingly honest about everything. I'm not mean about... I think everyone will agree I'm not mean about something. Any bands... There's not been many, but in the couple of bands who I really didn't like them, I think I did a good job of trying to find what was good about them, despite the fact I didn't like them. In fact, I did that whole video I did probably about a month ago now, wasn't it? The Regal Lily one, the song Tokyo by Regal Lily. Because I said, look, I really don't like this song. I just really don't like it. And initially I was just going to say, I'm not going to review it. I can't say I like it. But then I thought, well, actually, there's a lot of things about this which I can tell I would like, but something's stopping me liking them. So instead I did a review where I tried to sort of talk about why I would actually recommend this song, but it's just not something that works for me. So trying to give that fair balance. So yeah, no, I'll never be openly mean about music. I'll just be honest. But I'll always try and find the good in it if it's not something I like. But the truth is most music I like. It'd be hard pressed to find something I don't like. People are going to start listing all the bands. Bubs, thank you for dropping not only the Discord, not only the Patreon, not only the Reddit, but also a single sentence saying like and subscribe. Daisy demands it. Thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate all the support, as always. Thank you. I can't believe next week's going to be the last one from here. There will hopefully be more. I've been told there's going to be good Wi-Fi at that place I'm at for a week, and if I can get the money together, I intend to... If I can get the money together and the place is half decent, I intend to extend my stay at that place. So the place near to... Well, just remind you, it's called Ikemen Street, which it doesn't actually mean... Well, phonetically ikemen can mean, basically it's like a slang Japanese term used by women for sexy guys, but in this context it's a different kanji and it actually means something else. But I can't get over the fact it's called Ikemen Street, and lots of people were commenting when they saw the video from down there that was on like one of those walk around Tokyo videos that was full of women. So we were like, Ikemen Street, sexy guy street is full of women. So yeah, I can't believe I'm gonna be close to there. So if I can get the money together to stay at that particular place, then I will be staying there for a good long time, and as long as I can, if it's good. And that means we should have lots of fun, and maybe we can find a much more disturbing name for that place. I don't want to be there forever, but I mean, my thinking is worst case scenario for me being able to move, combined with a best case scenario for me actually having enough money to stay in a place, then I could even end up staying there for 2 months. I don't know. I mean, I seriously, I can see financially where the money's going to run out, and it's not very far ahead at the moment. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to. I might end up having to sort of like ditch and like sleep in like McDonald's or a station or something every now and then. There is a future, a couple of months from now, where things will potentially, if everything works, will be much better. But just for the next couple of months at least, they're going to be really bad, and I can't guarantee that said future is going to occur. So again, I don't want to keep on bleating about this. Apologies. I just really don't know 100% what's going on. So a lot of this week is going to be me, as well as throwing away most of the stuff in here and packing up. A lot of the time is also going to be me trying to focus on, sort of working out the next step, trying to get that done in advance. So I'm going to be very busy this week, but I'm still going to try and put it out because I want to do those reviews, and I'm really looking forward to doing a couple of them, so definitely I'll be on that. Anyway, I keep on bleating. Stop talking about the same thing, Howard. Neon says, Daisy versus Mrs. Backer fights that a bid right here. She'll just get a pair of scissors. I wouldn't want to get my missus angry. I think the Daisy will have to deal with that. Do you remember that story about that woman who lived, was like, so 8 or 9 or 10 years she lived in someone's house without them knowing because she was living in a cupboard? She came to it and she slept in the cupboard and she lived in the cupboard and she waited till the guy went out and then she would come out and like literally go outside. I think it was in like Fukuoka or somewhere. Yeah, that's Daisy going to live like that. She's going to hide somewhere and she'll just come out when the missus isn't. Just when you guys want to see her. Need James Fo do another Who review. To do another review. Yeah, I love how you always correct yourself, because I know you're doing like Harry's, like most of the time he's doing speech to text because he's working at the time when we do these. But still, even when you're doing speech to text, I understand your speech to text. I know where your machine's going wrong, so I can kind of reconstruct it back. I'll tell you if I don't get it. But thank you anyway. Bubs, whoever wins, we all lose self-respect. I'm there for that. Still worth it. Yeah, cool. I'm glad everyone's having a good chat and enough. Anyway, I'm going to go in. I'm going to do the shill thing right now. Please, if you haven't already, do press like. Greatly appreciate it, because we're going to start rounding this one up now. So yeah, do hit the like button if you haven't already. Because as I always say, we're not monetized. That's why there's never any adverts on our channel, never any adverts on any of our videos. And of course, although your likes, any likes, comments, anything you do on the videos are greatly appreciated. These live streams tend to get quite long, so you've got quite long viewer retention. So anyone who presses like, it's kind of worth a little bit more, I suspect, on the live chat videos. So it's a currency of itself. All right, so the next video is already scheduled. So if you haven't already, go set a reminder so that you can see that. So you can be notified of it. It's going to be the same time as always, so it's not going to catch you out, but just set yourself a reminder anyway. It's already scheduled. If you go onto our channel, go to videos and then select where it says what type of videos, where you select upcoming live streams, it will show it to you. You can click on it. You can set a reminder to be reminded for that. So do feel free to go and do that if you want to be here. I really hope, if everything works out, it's going to be a really fun live stream next week. Yeah, I'm really excited to have a few people popping in just for a few minutes here and there, just to do a little bit of fun with us. Yeah, I'm totally Gonna make the most of that last live stream from here, and then we're out. And then the adventure will begin. I want to think of it as an adventure. I'm trying to think of it as an adventure rather than this terrifying. I'm trying to think, yeah, adventure. Like I say, the one thought that keeps on coming back, it can't be any worse than Korea. And one day you'll all know what that means. Oh, so Neon says, this is when we find out Daisy is a really rare poster, now worth a fair bit. I suspect she's worth a fair bit to some people right now. Harry, like and subscribe for the GMIV insights, as he has been involved with the music industry for most of his adult life, and this channel is unmonetized. Nice. Subtle, Harry. Subtle. I like it. I like that touch. I also like that no one else has pressed like since we mentioned about like, so apologies for everyone who's just... In fact, we lost one viewer. It's just like, nah, this guy's talking about like and I'm out. I ain't going to press one button. I'm out of here. So... Bubs, Howard, as in Bubs is saying, Howard, if you got to Sexy Man Street, will you find the Drinking Boys be there? Having seen their video, I would suspect not. Man, you're really obsessed with that Drinking Boys video, aren't you? We know the script, says Harry. Yeah, the script's now printed on the car as well, so you should... Yeah, so just in all seriousness, I just wanted to say once again a massive thank you for everyone. I am going to hand this one back over to our Discord. We'll carry on the chat on Discord as always. I'm not going to overdo it tonight. I want to take it nice and easy. So I'm going to round this one off now. And then next week's stream is going to be a little bit longer. I suspect we're going to spend a bit more time and just celebrate it a bit more, because it's going to be the final one from here. That's the one thing we're certain of, is if it happens, if nothing crazy happens to stop it, next Sunday will be the last live stream from here. And then that'll give me a couple of days to get my butt out of this place. Let's just check the dates on that. So yeah, I mean, it's the 21st today for me, 20th for you guys, most of you guys. So it'll be 28th for me, 27th for you guys when we do the next one, which means that I'll effectively be waking up with 3 more days to go after that. Well, 2 more days and then moving out day. So yeah, definitely last one next week. Wow. So thank you so much to everyone. Wherever you are, lots of love to you. Good morning, good lunchtime, good afternoon, good evening, good night, good whatever you want it to be. Merry Christmas, Happy Father's Day, Happy Easter, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, what other holidays are there? Happy Valentine's Day, Happy Mother's Day, Father's Day, we did Father's Day, Happy Children's Day, Happy Independence Day, Happy Thanksgiving. Just enjoy your day, regardless of what. Anyway, lots of love to you. I really do appreciate. Honestly, I can't say it enough. From the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate everyone, all the stuff you're doing. I really appreciate how good everyone's sort of been on this channel. We will carry on with Discord. I'm going to have a chat with you guys on Discord. I'm going to stay online. I know, yes, last week I didn't really go onto the Discord much afterwards, but I am going straight over on the Discord once I shut this one down, and then I will see you over there. So I just want to say, again, big thank you to everyone. It's time for the bog roll. So the bog roll is rolling, which means only one thing. Well, no, it can mean one of 2 things. Either it can mean that I'm going to the toilet, which it doesn't. I haven't been to a toilet during the live stream for a while recently, actually. Or, of course, it could mean one other thing, which is it could mean... Oh, wait, actually, no, I'm going to wait for it to run out first. I don't want to interrupt the bog roll. It feels wrong. Yeah, cool. Clear my nose as well. There we go. So, for now... Oh, wait, actually, hold up. One more time on this. Old camera, new camera. Oh, that's weird, isn't it? So for now, Right, I can't do it. I can't skip to it. Wait, I can't do it. All right, I was going to skip straight to the Chow Chow frame, but I can't because it's too far down the list. For now, Chow Chow. Professionalism. Oh, yeah, just say thank you to everyone first of all. Thank you, Harry. Thank you, Martin, for quoting CMC. Thank you, Ray. Happy Day of the Maid, indeed. Thank you, Bubs, as always. Thanks also to Neon and Mexi for jumping in. It was really cool to see you guys here, especially at the same time. The Guian, stay safe, my man. Thank you. Rev, ice cream soda day, apparently. That sounds horrifying. But happy ice cream soda day. How long does the bog roll do that for? The last sheet is glued on. Technically, the bog roll is infinite. I suspect it has a child each time it goes around, and the child just continues the journey. Ciao, ciao, Martin. Bye, my dude, Neon. See you later, man. All right, take care, everyone. Ciao, ciao. See you on Discord, all right? Bye-bye. Ciao, ciao.